of how people live better lives. Because it feels like it's just a fucking higgledy-piggledy mess. Um, you've got a functioning alcoholic running for president, telling people it's okay to be a fucking brat and blah, blah, blah. Having fucking tantrums, attacking, verbally attacking people in her audience because they disagree with her on issues, telling them they're not welcome there and blah, blah, blah. And is interesting. Who was saying the Four Stooges? What, Blinken, Biden, and Kamala, and another stooge. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're the new fucking Gang of Four, aren't they? I hope they go down in history as the fucking Gang of Four, or someone goes down in history as the Gang of Four, the new Gang of Four. Those who don't know, the term Gang of Four, excuse me, which was used by a seminal punk rock band, post-punk band. The Gang of Four was basically, I think it was like Mao Zedong's wife and fucking three other government apparatchiks who basically devised and perpetrated the Cultural Revolution in China. And yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens when the foxes get in the hen house, or the hens get in the fox house, or whatever. Um, are you mad? What am I mad about? What would I be mad about? I'm actually quite happy. Like I'm not bothered. Like I'm a streamer. I do these things. Um, you know, I'm not mad. Like I'm not angry at anything. Look, I'm a little bit angry at what's become of Australia. Gladly I was sheltered from all the economic issues that have been plaguing most of this society. Look, I had 100 grand given to me by my family. What, 15 years ago? Sure, it was a bit back then, but that 80, 100 grand was a deposit on a house, and I bought a house, in the country. Um, and my principle has always been, people only move to the country when they're ready to die. Doesn't mean that they want to die, doesn't mean that they're going to die, but you know what I mean? Like there just has to be something. And I guess, in as much as I realize that were I anybody else anywhere in the world and myself, I could shit could be extinguished in a moment, you know. Um, and that's the case everywhere. And I've always held this principle that, like, I never look down on homeless people. I never look down on junkies. I never look down on things like that, because I know that in a blink of an eye, I've traveled through New Zealand with fucking shopping bags, living in dumpsters and stuff. Um, the perception of reality, yeah, it's all good, man. I know you're trying to troll me, and I don't really care. I'm past silly stuff, so do what you like, man. Um, like, I think compassion, and it's really weird, like this whole talk about empaths and stuff, and how like I don't even know the ins and outs. All I know is that I had a pretty good relationship with one of my cousins, but then about a couple of years ago, he had a restraining order put on him, um, because he did silly things in support of his sister um, in a what do you call it, custody battle. And it totally broke him, I think. And since then, my aunt's like, yeah, he's an empath, he doesn't deal well with people, and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know, I mean, in as much as I don't spend very much time with people, um not out of, well, kind of out of choice, but also, well, not really. Like, in as much as I could go into town in a taxi whenever I wanted to, I guess that's the case. But in general,